Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into the world of cacao?
Oh, gee.
Today we're unlocking the health benefits, and trust me, there are some serious surprises in store for you.
Oh, yeah.
We're exploring an article from Toac Chocolate.
Okay.
It's called 10 Health Benefits of Cacao. But this isn't just skimming the surface.
Right.
We're going deeper,
Awesome.
cracking the code to understand why cacao is so good for you and how you can actually make those benefits work their magic.
I like it.
We're talking about benefits that go way beyond a simple energy boost.
Oh,
Did you know that cacao might actually give your brain a serious upgrade?
interesting.
And hold on tight, because we're going to uncover how this so-called food of the gods could even help you age gracefully.
That's right. We're going way beyond those trendy superfood labels.
Yeah.
Cacao has over 300 nutrients and compounds.
Wow.
It's more like a complex ecosystem of goodness than a one-hit wonder.
Okay, I love that analogy, an ecosystem of goodness. But before we get lost in the rainforest of nutrients, let's zoom in on what cacao actually is.
Yeah.
I mean, most people know it's the basis of chocolate,
Mm-hmm.
but there's got to be more to the story, right?
Absolutely. Cacao beans come from the Theobroma cacao tree,
Mm-hmm.
which translates to food of the gods.
Pretty fitting.
Pretty fitting, right?
Yeah.
These beans are the raw, unprocessed source of chocolate.
Okay.
And here's the kicker. To truly tap into those incredible health benefits, we're focusing on 100% cacao,
Gotcha.
not the sugary processed stuff.
Okay, so pure unadulterated cacao is the key.
Exactly.
Now, you mentioned a complex ecosystem of nutrients. Where do we even begin to break that down?
Let's start with a powerful trio: theobromine, caffeine, and antioxidants.
Okay.
These are some of the major players in the cacao game.
Theobromine sounds pretty intense. Is it like caffeine on steroids?
Not quite. It's a stimulant, yes, but think of it as caffeine's more laid-back cousin.
Okay.
Theobromine gives you a gentler, longer-lasting energy lift without the jitters. But here's the fascinating part. One study showed that theobromine actually increased blood flow to the brain,
Really?
which can seriously boost your focus and mental agility.
Wow.
Imagine feeling sharper and more alert throughout the day, all thanks to cacao. And fun fact,
Yeah.
theobromine is so unique to cacao that it's where the cacao tree gets its scientific name, Theobroma cacao.
Food of the gods, indeed.
Ugh.
Okay, but I'm a little confused. You mentioned caffeine too, right?
Yes.
I thought cacao was supposed to be a mellower alternative to coffee.
It is, relatively speaking. Cacao does have caffeine, but much less than your average cup of joe.
Okay.
The interesting thing is how caffeine and theobromine team up with other compounds in cacao.
Yeah.
They create a synergy that enhances mood, sharpens thinking, and believe it or not, even makes things taste better.
Wow, so it's like a teamwork situation. Everyone plays a role. Okay, let's talk antioxidants. I know cacao is always praised for its antioxidant power,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll be honest, sometimes I tune out when people start talking about free radicals and whatnot.
Sure.
Can you break it down for me? Why should we care about antioxidants?
You're not alone. It can get technical.
Yeah.
Think of it this way. Free radicals are like tiny troublemakers in your body,
Okay.
causing damage to your cells. Antioxidants are the superheroes that swoop in to neutralize those troublemakers and protect you.
Gotcha.
And when it comes to antioxidants, cacao is a champion on par with superstars like goji berries and blueberries.
Okay, so antioxidants are like our body's defense system. But does it matter how we consume cacao to get those benefits?
Right.
Like, does a chocolate bar have the same antioxidant punch as raw cacao?
That's a great question. How cacao is processed can make a huge difference.
Okay.
Look for minimally processed options and steer clear of anything Dutch processed.
Hmm.
That process uses an alkali solution that strips away a lot of those beneficial antioxidants.
Huh.
You're better off sticking with raw cacao nibs powder or dark chocolate with a high cacao percentage.
Noted.
Hmm.
Dutch processed is out.
Yeah.
So we've got this power trio of theobromine, caffeine, and antioxidants.
Yes.
But what else is hiding in those little cacao beans?
Get this, cacao is a mineral powerhouse. We're talking iron, magnesium, potassium, zinc, copper. The list goes on.
Well, hold on. That's a lot to process. What do all those minerals actually do for us?
Yeah.
I mean, is it like taking a multivitamin every time I eat some dark chocolate?
It's pretty close. Each mineral plays a specific role in keeping your body running smoothly.
Okay.
Iron carries oxygen throughout your body.
Uh-huh.
Magnesium helps you relax and supports muscle function. Potassium keeps your blood pressure in check.
Wow.
Zinc bolsters your immune system.
Okay.
And copper is essential for energy production and collagen formation,
Right.
which is important for healthy skin and joints.
Okay.
And that's just scratching the surface.
Okay, you're really making me rethink my snack choices.
Good.
It makes sense, though. You can actually feel a difference
Mhm.
after having some good quality dark chocolate, like a boost of energy and vitality.
Exactly. And it's not just a feeling.
Right.
These minerals are essential for countless processes in your body. Interestingly, the mineral content can vary depending on where the cacao is grown, which highlights the importance of sourcing high-quality cacao from regions with rich, nutrient-dense soil.
Hold on, there's more. I thought we were done with the nutrient rundown.
Almost.
You mentioned fiber and protein earlier, right?
You're right. Cacao also packs a decent amount of fiber,
Really?
which is crucial for gut health, digestion, and keeping you feeling full.
Okay.
And let's be real, most of us don't get enough fiber, so that's a big win.
Right.
Cacao even contains a good amount of protein, including an amino acid called tryptophan, which plays a role in mood and sleep.
Wow, cacao is like the overachiever of the food world. It's got stimulants, antioxidants, minerals, fiber, protein. Is there anything this bean can't do?
I know, right?
But let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What are the actual tangible benefits we can experience by adding cacao to our lives?
Right.
I mean, does all this nutritional firepower translate into real-world results?
That's the exciting part. It absolutely does. Remember that study we talked about with theobromine and blood flow to the brain?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that cacao can improve various cognitive functions, even long-term.
Wow.
It's not just about feeling more alert.
Right.
We're talking potential protection against age-related decline.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. So cacao might actually help keep our brains sharp as we age. What else is on the list of cacao superpowers?
Well, remember all those minerals and antioxidants? They work together to strengthen your immune system.
Okay.
Zinc is crucial for fighting off infections. And the polyphenols in cacao help promote the growth of beneficial gut bacteria, which are essential for a healthy immune response.
So it's not just about fending off a cold. It's about supporting our body's natural defenses at a deeper level. I like that.
Exactly. And speaking of deeper levels, let's talk about cardiovascular health. Cacao has been shown to lower blood pressure, improve blood flow, and even reduce the risk of heart disease. One study found that people who ate dark chocolate 5 or more times a week were 57% less likely to develop heart disease.
Wow.
That's a pretty compelling reason to indulge in some high-quality dark chocolate, wouldn't you say?
Okay, you've got my attention. Brain power, immunity, heart health. Is there anything cacao can't do?
Well, it's not a magic cure-all, but it certainly has a lot going for it. Those antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties we talked about,
Yeah.
those same powers can also help protect against chronic diseases like diabetes and potentially even certain types of cancer.
Okay, so it's like a shield against chronic disease.
Yeah.
What about gut health?
Yes.
I know that's a hot topic these days. Does cacao have any benefits there?
Absolutely. Cacao can be a great ally for your gut microbiome.
Okay.
It acts as a prebiotic, which means it feeds the good bacteria in your gut,
Right.
helping them thrive and do their job of keeping your digestive system happy and healthy.
So we're talking less bloating, better digestion, all that good stuff.
Exactly.
But let's be honest. One of the things people love about chocolate is the mood boost it can give. Is there any science behind that?
Absolutely. Cacao contains several compounds that contribute to mood enhancement,
Okay.
including phenylethylamine, which is often referred to as the love drug,
Wow.
and anandamide,
Okay.
which literally means bliss in Sanskrit.
Bliss in a bean. I love that. So it's not just a placebo effect. There's actual chemistry at work making us feel good.
Exactly. And let's not forget about tryptophan,
Right.
which converts into serotonin, a neurotransmitter involved in mood regulation.
Gotcha.
So cacao is kind of like a natural mood booster in a delicious package.
This is all starting to sound pretty amazing, but I have to admit, I'm surprised to hear that cacao can actually improve sleep.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, doesn't it have caffeine?
It does.
Wouldn't that keep you awake?
It's a good question.
Mm,
While cacao does contain caffeine,
right.
it's a much smaller amount than coffee. And it's balanced out by other compounds like magnesium and tryptophan, both of which can promote relaxation and sleep.
Okay.
Plus, cacao can help lower blood pressure, which is often elevated in people who struggle with sleep.
So it's all about striking that perfect balance, right?
Exactly.
Energizing when you need it, but calming when it's time to wind down.
Yes.
Okay, so far we've covered a lot of ground mood, boost better sleep, And you even mentioned cacao can enhance physical performance. Can you tell me more about that?
Sure.
Like, does this mean I should be having some dark chocolate before my next workout?
It's definitely worth exploring. Have you ever heard of nitric oxide?
Vaguely refresh my memory.
It's a molecule that plays a key role in blood flow and oxygen delivery to muscles.
Okay.
And guess what? The flavonols in cacao can actually increase nitric oxide production,
Really?
which can lead to enhanced physical performance.
Wow.
There was even a study where cyclists who ate dark chocolate before a ride performed better and used less oxygen.
Oh, so cacao could be my secret weapon for crushing my next workout.
It's definitely a possibility.
Okay, you've officially convinced me that cacao is a nutritional powerhouse.
Yeah.
But is there anything else it can do?
There is.
I mean, we've covered so much already.
Believe it or not, cacao can even benefit your skin and teeth. The flavonols help protect your skin from sun damage and can even boost collagen production,
Wow.
which keeps your skin looking youthful.
Hold on. So cacao is like a natural sunscreen and anti-aging cream all in one.
It's pretty remarkable. And if that wasn't enough, the theobromine in cacao is actually more effective than fluoride at preventing tooth decay.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. I'm starting to think cacao might be the fountain of youth.
Well, it certainly has a lot of anti-aging potential.
Yeah.
A study on epicatechin, a flavonoid found in cacao, showed that it actually extended the lifespan of mice
Really?
and made their gene expression resemble that of younger mice.
Now that's what I call a real-life Benjamin Button situation.
Okay.
Okay, I need to know what's the best way to tap into all these incredible benefits. I'm ready to become a cacao convert.
There are so many delicious and creative ways to incorporate cacao into your diet. And remember, we're talking about 100% cacao,
Right.
not the sugary processed stuff.
Right. So let's get specific. What are some practical tips for making cacao a part of my daily routine?
One of the simplest ways is to use cacao nibs. They
Yeah.
have a slightly bitter, chocolatey flavor and a satisfying crunch. You can sprinkle them on yogurt, oatmeal smoothies, or even just snack on them straight up.
I've seen cacao nibs at the store, but I'll admit I was always a little intimidated.
Oh, yeah.
But now I'm definitely ready to give them a try. What about cacao powder? What are some good ways to use that?
Cacao powder is incredibly versatile. You can add it to smoothies, make hot chocolate, or even bake with it. You can even incorporate it into savory dishes like chili or mole sauce.
Ooh, savory cacao sounds intriguing. Any other ideas?
Well, that article from Toac Chocolate actually had some really interesting recipes, like a flourless chocolate cake that looked decadent, a superfood smoothie with chia seeds and maca, and even a backwoods brew that sounded like a super-powered hot chocolate.
Okay, you've officially piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check those recipes out. But before we go any further, is there anything else we need to keep in mind when choosing cacao?
Yes, absolutely. Quality matters. The way cacao is grown and processed can significantly impact its nutritional content and flavor.
Okay.
Look for cacao that's organic, fair trade, and minimally processed. And when it comes to chocolate, the higher the percentage of cacao, the better.
Okay, got it. Organic, fair trade, minimally processed, high cacao percentage. I'm writing that down. So before we move on to part 2 of our cacao deep dive, any final thoughts for our listeners?
I think it's important to remember that we're still learning about all the amazing benefits of cacao.
Right.
There's so much more to discover.
Yeah.
Stay curious, keep exploring, and who knows what other incredible things we'll learn about this amazing food in the years to come.
I love that. What if we're just scratching the surface of cacao's potential? That's definitely something to think about. And on that note, stay tuned, listeners, because we're just getting started. In part 2, we'll dive even deeper into the specific health benefits of cacao and explore how those nutrients translate into real-world results. You won't want to miss it.
Welcome back. It's amazing to think that we're still uncovering the secrets of cacao,
Right.
a food that's been enjoyed for centuries. There's always something new to learn,
I agree.
especially when it comes to a nutritional powerhouse like this.
Right.
And speaking of powerhouses, let's dive deeper into some of those specific benefits we touched on earlier,
Okay.
because the science behind them is truly fascinating.
I'm all ears. We've established that cacao is packed with nutrients, but I'm really curious to see how those nutrients translate into real-world effects on our bodies. Like, does it actually make a noticeable difference?
Let's start with cognitive function. Remember theobromine? Well, it turns out that it doesn't just provide a gentle energy boost, it can also increase blood flow to the brain.
Oh, wow.
This means improved focus alertness and better cognitive performance overall.
So is it like a brain workout in a cup?
You could say that.
Okay.
And it gets even more interesting.
Oh.
There's evidence that cacao flavanols can actually stimulate the growth of new brain cells in the hippocampus,
Wow.
which is the area of the brain responsible for learning and memory.
Mm-hmm.
One study found that people who drank cacao daily for a month
Okay.
showed a 20% improvement in memory recall.
Really?
That's like adding an extra week's worth of memories to your month.
Wow, that's impressive. So cacao might not make us geniuses overnight,
Yeah.
but it sounds like it gives our brains the support they need to function at their best.
Yeah.
And what's really exciting is that the benefits aren't just short-term. You mentioned that cacao could offer long-term cognitive benefits, right?
Exactly. Studies have shown that regular cacao consumption may improve cognitive function over time and potentially protect against age-related decline. It's like investing in your brain's future.
I like that, an investment in brain health. Okay, let's move on to immunity. How does cacao support our immune system?
Think of it as a multi-pronged approach.
Okay.
First, cacao is a good source of zinc, which is essential for immune cell development and function. It's like giving your immune system the tools it needs to fight off invaders.
Okay, so zinc is like the ammunition for our immune cells.
That's a great way to put it. And secondly, those polyphenols in cacao act as prebiotics. Remember those?
Yes.
They nourish the beneficial bacteria in our gut,
Right.
which plays a huge role in overall immunity. A healthy gut microbiome is like a well-trained army ready to defend your body against any threats.
It's amazing how interconnected everything is, right?
It is.
Our gut health affects our immunity, which affects our overall health. It's all one big system.
You got it.
Yeah.
And cacao seems to have this unique ability to support the entire system. Now let's shift gears and talk about cardiovascular health. We know that cacao can lower blood pressure, improve blood flow, and potentially reduce the risk of heart disease. But how does it actually work?
I am all ears. This is one area where I'd love to see some real tangible benefits.
Well, those flavonols in cacao are powerful antioxidants that can help protect against LDL cholesterol oxidation. That's a key step in the development of heart disease. Think of it like cacao is helping to keep your arteries clean and healthy.
Okay, so cacao is like a tiny plumber for our arteries.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
And there's another benefit.
Yeah.
Cacao also stimulates the production of nitric oxide, which is a molecule that relaxes blood vessels and improves blood flow.
So it's like a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
Antioxidants to protect the heart and nitric oxide to keep the blood flowing smoothly.
Exactly. And there's even evidence that cacao might improve insulin sensitivity,
Oh, wow.
which is crucial for regulating blood sugar levels and preventing type 2 diabetes.
Okay, so I've got brain power, immunity, heart health, and blood sugar control all covered. I have to ask, is there anything this magical bean can't do?
Well, as amazing as cacao is, it's important to remember that it's not a magic bullet.
Right.
It's a powerful tool to add to your arsenal for a healthy lifestyle, but it's not a substitute for a balanced diet, regular exercise, and all those other good habits.
Right. It's all about synergy, just like the theobromine and caffeine working together in cacao.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of synergy, let's talk about mood. I know I always feel a bit happier after having some good quality dark chocolate, but I've always wondered, is it all in my head or is there something more to it?
There's definitely more to it.
Really?
Cacao contains several compounds that have mood-boosting effects,
Okay.
including phenylethylamine, anandamide, and tryptophan.
Okay.
Phenylethylamine is often called the love drug because it's released in the brain when we experience feelings of love or attraction.
So that explains the Valentine's Day connection.
Yeah.
But seriously, are we talking about real measurable effects on mood?
Absolutely.
Wow.
And then there's anandamide,
Uh-huh.
a neurotransmitter that's naturally produced in the body. It's known for creating feelings of bliss and euphoria.
Wow.
The name anandamide actually comes from the Sanskrit word for bliss.
Bliss in a bean. It's like a built-in happiness booster. Okay, and what about tryptophan? You mentioned that one earlier too.
Right? Tryptophan is an amino acid that converts into serotonin,
Right.
which is a key neurotransmitter involved in mood regulation, sleep, and appetite. By increasing serotonin levels in the brain, cacao can promote feelings of happiness, relaxation, and overall well-being.
This is all making me want to stock up on cacao nibs right now. But before I do, let's talk about sleep. I know some people avoid chocolate at night because they think will keep them awake. But you mentioned that cacao can actually improve sleep quality. How is that possible if it contains caffeine?
It seems counterintuitive, but it's true. While cacao does contain caffeine, remember it's a much smaller amount compared to coffee.
Okay.
And it's balanced by those other compounds like magnesium, which has relaxing properties.
So it's like a delicate balancing act. between the stimulating effects of theobromine and caffeine and the relaxing effects of magnesium and other compounds. Is that what helps us drift off to sleep?
Exactly. And let's not forget tryptophan, which also plays a role in sleep regulation
Okay.
by converting into serotonin and then melatonin, the hormone that regulates our sleep-wake cycle.
Okay, so cacao can potentially boost our mood, help us sleep better, and even enhance our physical performance. Now, you mentioned a study with cyclists, right? I'm really curious to hear more about that.
Right. That study found that cyclists who consumed dark chocolate before a ride performed better and used less oxygen compared to those who didn't.
Oh, wow.
And it all comes back to nitric oxide.
Yes. Nitric oxide, the miracle molecule for blood flow and oxygen delivery.
Exactly. Those flavonols in cacao increase nitric oxide production, which widens blood vessels, allowing for better blood flow and oxygen delivery to muscles.
Right.
This can enhance endurance, reduce fatigue, and improve overall athletic performance. And it's not just for athletes. Anyone can benefit from improved blood flow and oxygen delivery, whether you're hitting the gym, going for a hike, or just trying to keep up with your daily activities.
So cacao can give us a natural performance boost. I'm starting to see why it's been revered for centuries as sacred food.
Right.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to circle back to those skin and teeth benefits.
Okay.
They almost seem too good to be true.
I know.
Is there really any scientific evidence to support those claims?
There is. Those cacao flavonols are powerful antioxidants that protect your skin from damage caused by free radicals.
Yeah.
You know, those unstable molecules that can damage cells and contribute to aging.
So it's like a shield against wrinkles and sun damage?
You could say that.
Yeah.
And some studies even suggest that cacao flavonols can boost collagen production,
Okay.
which helps keep skin looking youthful and plump.
So we're talking about a natural anti-aging solution both inside and out.
Exactly.
But what about the teeth protecting benefits? I'm still a bit skeptical about that one.
It might surprise you, but the theobromine in cacao is actually more effective than fluoride at preventing tooth decay. It works by hardening tooth enamel and inhibiting the growth of bacteria that cause cavities.
Okay, you've officially blown my mind. Cacao is like a multitasking superhero for our health.
It is.
But let's shift gears and talk about practical applications.
Okay.
How can our listeners start incorporating cacao into their diets in a way that's both enjoyable and sustainable?
That's a great question, and that's exactly what we'll be covering in the next part of our deep dive.
Awesome.
We'll explore creative ways to use cacao nibs powder and dark chocolate to boost your health and tantalize your taste buds.
I can't wait. I'm already feeling inspired to get creative in the kitchen with cacao. Stay tuned, listeners, because we're about to unlock a whole new world of deliciousness and health benefits. All right, we've explored the incredible science behind cacao's health benefits.
They have.
And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty energized.
Me too.
But now let's talk about the fun part, how to actually make this superfood a part of our lives.
Right. Knowing the science is great, but actually experiencing those benefits is where the real magic happens.
Absolutely.
And the good news is there are so many delicious ways to enjoy cacao.
There are.
Okay, let's break it down. We've talked about cacao nibs and powder, but can you remind me what they are exactly?
Absolutely. So cacao nibs are basically just crushed cacao beans.
Okay.
They're crunchy, have this intense chocolatey flavor, and are a bit on the bitter side. Nibs are a great way to add a boost of nutrients and a bit of texture to meals or snacks.
So cacao nibs are like the raw form of cacao. What about the powder?
Cacao powder is made by grinding those nibs into a fine powder.
Okay.
It's less bitter than nibs and dissolves easily in liquids,
Right.
making it perfect for smoothies, hot chocolate, and baking.
Got it. Nibs for crunch and intensity powder for versatility.
Right.
So let's talk recipes. What are some creative ways to use cacao nibs?
One of my favorite ways is to sprinkle them on yogurt or oatmeal. It's like a little chocolate surprise in every bite.
And a super easy way to boost your breakfast nutrition. You can also add them to trail mix granola bars or even salads.
Salads. Really, I never would have thought of that.
It might sound strange, but the slight bitterness of cacao nibs can actually complement the flavors of a salad, especially one with some sweetness from fruit or a vinaigrette.
Okay, color me intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm all for trying new flavor combinations. What about cacao powder? What are your go-to recipes?
Oh, cacao powder is a baking superstar. Brownies, cakes, cookies, muffins. You can add a chocolatey twist to almost anything.
Wow.
Just substitute a portion of the flour in your favorite recipe with cacao powder and you're good to go.
That's easy enough. I'm already picturing a batch of cacao-powered brownies.
Hmm.
Speaking of recipes, you mentioned some really intriguing ones from that 2-act chocolate article, right?
Yeah.
What were some of your favorites?
They had a flourless chocolate cake that looked incredibly decadent,
Okay.
as well as a superfood smoothie that blended cacao powder with chia seeds, maca, and fruit.
Ooh, that smoothie sounds right up my alley. I love packing as much nutrition into my meals and snacks as possible.
And if you're looking for a warm, comforting drink, they also had a recipe for a backwoods brew.
Yeah.
It sounded like a supercharged hot chocolate with cacao powder, spices, and other goodies.
Yeah. It's going straight to the top of my must-try list. Okay, so we've got smoothies, baked goods, hot chocolate. What about something a little more unexpected?
Well, cacao powder can actually be used in savory dishes, too. It adds this rich, earthy depth of flavor to chili mole sauce, even barbecue rubs. It's all about experimenting and having fun in the kitchen.
Wow, I'm really starting to see the versatility of cacao. It's not just a dessert ingredient, it's like a culinary chameleon. But before we wrap up, let's talk about something you mentioned earlier, choosing high-quality cacao. Why is that so important?
It's crucial. The quality of cacao can vary greatly depending on where it's grown, how it's harvested, and how it's processed. To truly reap those health benefits, it's important to choose organic fair trade and minimally processed cacao products.
Can you break down why those factors are so important?
Of course. Organic cacao is grown without pesticides or herbicides, which can contaminate the beans and potentially affect your health. Fair trade certification ensures that the farmers are paid a fair wage and work in safe and ethical conditions.
So it's not just about the quality of the product, it's about supporting ethical and sustainable practices throughout the supply chain.
Exactly. And lastly, minimally processed cacao retains more of its natural nutrients and antioxidants compared to heavily processed versions,
Right.
which often have added sugars, artificial flavors, and other unhealthy ingredients.
Got it. Organic, fair trade, minimally processed cacao. Those are my new watchwords for choosing cacao. Any other tips?
When it comes to chocolate, the higher the percentage of cacao, the better. Look for dark chocolate with at least 70% cacao,
Okay.
and ideally even higher. Avoid milk chocolate and white chocolate as they're low in actual cacao and high in sugar and other things we're trying to avoid.
Makes sense. The darker the chocolate, the better. I can definitely get on board with that.
Good.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. Any final thoughts for our listeners before we wrap up this deep dive into the world of cacao?
Remember, cacao is a truly remarkable food with a wide range of benefits. From brain health and immunity to heart health and mood, there's so much to love about this ancient superfood. Embrace the versatility of cacao, experiment with different recipes, and most importantly, savor the experience.
I love that. Savor the experience. And remember, this is just the beginning of your cacao journey. There's a whole world of flavor and health benefits to explore. So stay curious, keep experimenting, and most importantly, have fun. Until next time.